Ready to go pro?
All right, welcome to Subject Simplified. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're swapping out the old, dusty textbook for a playbook. Think of this as your complete game plan to absolutely nail your professional development assignment. So think of me as your coach for today. I'm going to walk you through the whole process step by step. We're talking everything from the pre-game paperwork, the stuff that gets you noticed in the first place, all the way to the big interview tryout where you really show them what you've got. After that, we'll review the tape, see how you did, and then, and this is the best part, we'll draw up the playbook for your next big win. Sound good? All right, let's get into it.
So, have you ever really thought about how a pro team finds its next superstar? It's not always on the field, It actually starts with the paperwork. We're talking scouting reports, stats, all that behind-the-scenes stuff. And guess what? That is exactly where your game begins too. Long before you ever get a chance to walk in and shake someone's hand, your application, your paperwork, it's already doing all the talking for you. This is your first impression. It's like your own personal highlight reel that's got to convince them you're worth a closer look. So the bottom line is, you've got to make every single word count. No pressure, right?
Okay, so the whole application process really boils down to 4 main steps. First, you find the ad. Simple enough. Then you've got to really dig in and analyze the job description. After that, you match your skills to the person specification, what they're looking for. And finally, you put it all together and craft a killer CV and cover letter that just seals the deal. It's a clear sequence, and honestly, following it is your absolute best shot at getting on that shortlist.
Okay, this is super important. You need to know the difference between these two things. Think of it like this. The job description, that's the position on the field. It tells you what the job is. But the person specification, that's the who. That's the type of player they need to fill that position. The skills, the experience, the stats they're looking for. You've got to understand both to even have a chance.
So what even is a CV? It's simple, really. It's your personal stat sheet. This is where you list all your career highlights. And listen, it's not just a boring list of jobs. It's a powerful summary of your skills, your qualifications, and your biggest wins. It's the hard proof that you can actually do what you say you can do.
So what should you be putting on this stat sheet? Well, these are the must-haves. You need your educational certificates, for sure. Any sport-specific awards you've won. Your own sporting achievements. Don't be shy. And, of course, any relevant work or volunteering experience. I like to think of it as your evidence locker. You want to make sure it is packed with proof.
All right, deep breath. Your paperwork is in, you've got the call. Now it's time for the main event. It is officially game day. The interview is your big tryout. This is where you stop being just words on a page and become a real person in the room. This is where you prove, under pressure, that you've got what it takes to make the team.
The legendary coach Bobby Knight said it best. The key is not the will to win. Everybody has that. It is the will to prepare to win that is important. Think about that. Everyone wants the job, but the person who actually prepares to win, that's the one who's going to get it. So let's get you prepared for your big moment.
Okay, let's talk body language, because how you act is just as important as what you say. It's all about the do's. A firm handshake, good eye contact, dressing professionally, it all screams confidence. Think of it like a team captain walking onto the field. And hey, for real, unless you're interviewing to be a tracksuit model, maybe leave the trackies at home. Oh, and active listening? Super important. Don't just sit there waiting for your turn to talk. Actually listen to what they're asking you.
All right, I want to give you a heads up on something you'll almost definitely run into in a sports industry interview. Have you ever heard of a micro-teach or a micro-coach session? If not, you're about to.
It's pretty much what it sounds like. It's a short, practical session where you have to demonstrate your skills live. No safety net. You might be coaching a quick drill or instructing some activity. Just think of it as running a little tryout for the people hiring. They want to see what you can actually do in real time.
So how do you nail this thing? Well, here's your checklist. First, showcase your technical knowledge. Second, give clear, concise instructions. Nobody likes a rambler. Third, lead with confidence. Always, always put safety first. And finally, handle any equipment like you were born to do it. This is your chance to really shine, so make it count.
Okay, the tryout's over. You can breathe. But the work isn't done yet. Not even close. You know what the best athletes on the planet do? They are relentless when it comes to reviewing their performance. So you guessed it, it's time to watch the tape.
And this is the big question you have to ask yourself, and you got to be honest. How did you really play? This isn't just about whether you feel good or bad about it. This is about a cold, hard, objective analysis of your performance.
Now, for this specific assignment, there's a twist. You're not just looking at your own performance as the person being interviewed. You also have to review how you did when you were playing the role of the interviewer. Why? Because the pros know it's not just about your own talent. It's about understanding the whole game. You need to see it from every single angle.
So what are you looking for when you're watching that tape? You want to zero in on these key areas: your communication skills, your organizational ability, and your overall employability skills. We're talking about things like teamwork, problem-solving, professionalism, the whole package. How did you stack up? Really dig in, be specific, and most importantly, be honest with yourself.
Look, reviewing the tape is one thing. Anyone can do that. But using that analysis to build a winning strategy for the future, that is what separates the amateurs from the pros. This is where we get serious. This is where you create your playbook for the next season of your career.
In this last step, it's all about being proactive. It's not just thinking about what happened. It's about taking everything you've learned from that review and drawing up a real, concrete game plan for your own career.
And the best tool for the job? A good old-fashioned SWOT analysis. It's a classic for a reason, because it works. You just ask yourself 4 simple questions. Strengths: what did you absolutely nail? Weaknesses: where did you kind of fumble the ball? Opportunities: what new skills can you develop? And finally, threats: what's out there that could potentially hold you back?
Okay, so once you have your SWOT analysis done, you turn it into a real action plan. It's a pretty straightforward process. You've already done the hard part of critiquing yourself. Now you just formally identify those weaknesses, and this is the most important part. You create a specific, detailed plan for exactly how you're going to improve them.
Honestly, the best way to think about your action plan is to see it as your personal training schedule. It's the regimen you're going to follow day in and day out to turn those weaknesses into strengths and get yourself ready for the big leagues. It's that simple.
And there you have it, the whole playbook. From the very first scouting report to the high-pressure tryout, the post-game analysis, and now the playbook for your future. You literally have the complete strategy to win this assignment. So what are you waiting for? Go out there and earn that contract. Hey, if this explainer helped you get your game plan sorted, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button for more in-depth content.
All right, now it's over to you. Using the framework we just walked through, what's the very first move you're going to write down in your playbook? Think about it.